Boom, you looking for this?
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kelly. This is Colby.
Yes, sir.
And it's taken us a minute because, he's been in Hawaii for like 12 days. And but we're going to film our most anticipated movies of 2025. And shows as well.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff coming up. So let's go ahead and jump right into this starting now. Okay, so format's still the same. We'll be ranking 10 to 1. My movie's on the left, Colby's is on the right. I'm not going to waste any time because if I do, I might forget what I had in my rankings ahead of time. I'm going to go ahead and throw Captain America Brave New World up there.
I respect that.
I feel like this movie's going to be pretty good. I'm a little interested to see Red Hulk and Harrison Ford in the MCU now. I don't really have much to say about it, but I think it could be fun, and I like what it's going to cover.
Yeah, I agree. And at my 10 slot, this was probably my hardest ranking was 10, honestly. Mm-hmm. It was tough to try and squeeze 10 in, but I'm going to go Thunderbolts, I think.
Okay.
I think it's going to be really exciting to see Bob
enter
the MCU. Really powerful character, so Sentry.
Mm-hmm.
So and the Thunderbolts in general, it'll be good to see Bucky back and see how that dynamic works. So I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I think I'll probably put that at 9 for me. So
yeah.
I'm a little bit more interested in that than I am probably in Captain America, but obviously it's a ragtag group. Kind of feels like a Suicide Squad. Could be very good if they do it right. Could be not very good if they do it wrong. So I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be fun to watch. So
yeah. So at my 9 slot, I'm going Cap.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of flip flop there. I'm excited for Red Hulk. I'm excited for Giancarlo Esposito's character and the leader returning.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much in there. I hope they make it work. That kind of tempered my excitement a little bit because I'm a huge Captain America fan. They're continuing the franchise with Sam Wilson, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope it's good. There's a lot of potential. Like he could be really cool because he can fly. I mean, it adds a whole nother element with the shield and throwing it. And we saw some of that.
I think it looks it does look pretty cool. I am excited for it. So, for my 8th spot, I'm actually gonna go with Reacher season 3. This was my fix for Ruthless Justice while the Punisher was gone. But as we can see, he is back. So we'll see where Daredevil Born Again falls on my ranking. But the first 2 shows were the first 2 seasons were really good. Season 1 was definitely better than season 2 though. I'm interested to see where this one will go, but I do like Alan Rickson or something. I don't know how to say his name. Yeah. I like him as the actor, and we'll see where his team goes this time. So
yeah, we were actually just talking about this yesterday on the way to basketball practice. So I actually haven't seen it yet, but I'll watch it in the future because I've heard good things about it.
Oh, you haven't seen Reacher yet?
No, dude.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a lot of things on my list, but this might be a shocker to a lot of people. My 8th spot, I'm going Last of Us season 2. I feel like from here on out, like this included, everything I'm like pretty excited, like really excited for. I mean, this is something I'm sure we'll watch every day, and depending on what day it drops, and then make a video about it. So like we did last time. So season 1, to me, top 15 show for me.
Oh yeah,
a season of television. So I'm really excited for this one, but I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like a lot of people do. So
yeah, I do know what's going to happen, which is kind of tempered my excitement for it, but it is really good. I think next up for me, I've got to go to Fantastic Four: First Steps. I feel like this movie is going to be hopefully a return to greatness for Marvel. It's set in a different era. I've been seeing things that it feels kind of Interstellar-esque, in the way that it's been approached. And so I do appreciate that. I think it's in a different timeline. We're going to see Galactus. We're going to see, all got to take a peek at his list. We're going to see all of the Fantastic Four in there. So I'm really excited for that.
I think this will be the turning point. For a while, I thought Deadpool was, and I think it was still, but it didn't really do anything to change the dynamic of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously the Fantastic Four, whether they come from a different universe and enter the MCU, it's going to be huge. So
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. At my 7th spot, I'm going Squid Game season 3.
All right. Where is it at? I'm sorry. There it is. Squid Game.
I just finished season 2, and I don't even know if you can call it a cliffhanger, brother, because they filmed season 2 and season 3, which is going to be the final season at the same time. So it's basically one season, and they just cut it off in like the middle of an episode, basically.
Bruh.
But at least we only have to wait 1 year. So you would think that'd make me really excited, but also I'm just kind of sad that it happened that way. I wish they would have just gave us maybe a couple months in between. But I'm really excited for season 3. I think season 2 is great and season 1, so I'm excited to see how the story ends.
I think for me, up next, I've got to go with probably Night Agent season 2. Dude, this first season was fire.
Yeah, it was great.
I watched it probably in like 3 days. 10 episodes. It was really good. I like the main character, Peter Sutherland. I don't know what I don't know what they're gonna get into this time, but I think it came out 2 days ago, a day ago, something like that. Yeah, it's already released, so we'll have to watch that. But yeah, I am excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I like you said, it's been so long since I've seen season 1, but I just remember liking it a lot.
Yeah.
In my 6th spot, I'm gonna go Invincible season 3.
All right.
I honestly, this comes out in like 10 days or something, and they just casted Jesse.
Yeah.
From Breaking Bad.
Jesse and Hank.
And
right?
yeah. Or I think it was the other guy.
Mike. No, I don't think it was Mike. I think it was Hank.
Oh. Well, yeah, it was 2 of them. Yeah. Definitely Jesse and someone else. But anyways, I'm really excited for this. Season 2 got me really hyped. I think it's been building up. And honestly, I think this season will be even better. I really couldn't be more excited for it, hardly. But that just tells you how stacked the top 5 is. And I'm stoked to watch it in a few days.
Yeah, I'm feeling the crunch right now because I might have to adjust some things in a minute. I think for number 5 for me, I'm gonna have to go with Andor. Andor season 1 was really good, and Andor season 2 I feel like is gonna be incredible. I think it's the last season too. I think so. But dude, I really loved season 1. I feel like that was the most grounded Star Wars I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, possibly ever.
Yeah, possibly ever. So I am excited for this. I think it's gonna be really good.
At my 5 spot, I'm going Andor season 2.
Yeah, we didn't plan these ahead.
Honestly, dude. I mean, this is like a 10 out of 10 show to me, or like at least 9 out of 10. I would put it higher, but honestly, I feel like in my mind, I'm thinking, can it be better than season 1? That's kind of what's in the back of my mind.
Yeah,
because season 1 was so good.
Dude, season 1 was fire.
And honestly, I think they said Krennic is going to be in this, so like it's going to like kind of lead up to the events, and then we know obviously they all die in Rogue One. Spoiler alert. So yeah, I mean it makes sense this being the last season. I'm kind of glad too. I mean. And it'll end off on a high note, I'm pretty sure. I
think for me, I'm going to have to go 4 with Superman Legacy. Dude, I'm really excited for this movie.
It's going to be sick.
I'm hoping it's going to change the dynamic of how we view DC. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I think it's going to be really good, and I'm excited to see David Cornsweet take on the Man of Steel, the mantle of the Man of Steel, and then James Gunn is obviously we're big James Gunn fans. So I feel like this movie's going to be really good, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we'll get to what I think later, probably. Yeah. but for my 4th spot, I'm going to go Stranger Things Season 5.
Ooh, the conclusion.
I'm pretty, this is another one. It's ending this season, so they've kind of been giving us bits and pieces of what will happen, or just like, they haven't given us a trailer yet. I'm waiting for a trailer. I'm super excited for this. I had not seen this at all until like 2 years ago. I never watched any of it, and then me and Maddie watched the first 4 seasons in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This show is really good. It's got great writing, and it's just such a good story. I mean, I feel like that's why I'm so excited. I want to see how the story concludes.
It's been a long time since season 4 too.
I feel like they're gonna have to make a time jump because the actors are
old actors are like adults now.
Yeah.
I guess they were then too, really, but
yeah, I mean, season 4 is probably one of my favorite seasons of television. I mean, it was so intense. Every episode is like a movie. So I think they'll keep that up, and that's why I got it at 4.
Heck yeah. Dude, my surprise pick, I don't think the world's ready for this, dude. My surprise pick for number 3 is Phineas Ferb season 5. Dude, I love this show. I still watch Phineas and Ferb to this day because I feel like it's one of the most creatively well-written animated shows of all time. Dude, it's just so genius. You can watch it as an adult, and it's so funny. I'm a little worried. I have to say, some things are better left untouched.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a little worried. I mean, they should enshrine seasons 1 through 4 in the halls of Congress. Like, it should be up there with Top Gun. Like, that's how good it is. But I'm a little worried, but I'm also really excited because I do love this show. So
yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, I don't know if anybody loves it as much as you,
dude. I love that show.
But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be watching it because it's like our childhood too. And if you watch like 3 years ago our animated movie tier list, that was another surprise pick at that time. The movie was so high.
Dude, Across the Second Dimension is a great movie.
100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
So.
It speaks for itself. Yeah, it speaks for itself.
In my 3 spot, I'm going to go Fantastic Four.
Okay, sick. If I can find it, yeah, there it is.
Like, we already talked about this a little bit, but I'm just super excited. I think the cast is stacked with Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Kirby.
What's the guy who plays Micro in Punisher? That's what
Ivan Mas-Bachrach.
Yeah,
I think. He seems pretty excited about his role as the Thing too. I mean, they all seem bought in, and I'm just super excited to see where it takes the MCU. I feel like this will be the turning point. Even if they come from another universe like we talked about, they'll enter the MCU and have an instant impact. It's like drafting a running back at 5. You don't see it much anymore, but they're an instant impact.
Yeah, man, that's a good point. That's a good comparison right there. Oh, dude, this is tough. I think for me, I've got to go. Oh, this is really tough. I think for me, number 2 is Severance season 2. Dude, if you haven't seen Severance, tune in. It's one of the dude. It's one of the best shows of all time. It's so good. Just the premise of this, the premise about it, how you walk into work and you forget who you are in your personal life, and how you walk out of work and you forget who you were in your work life. It makes for a really interesting dynamic and a lot of interesting plot twists. Like every episode of season 1 ended on a massive cliffhanger.
Damn.
Dude, it was so hard. It was so hard to quit watching. Season 2's already started, so I have started watching season 2, and I have to say that it's lived up to the hype. So
yeah, from what I've seen, dude. I don't know if my phone hears me saying I'm gonna watch it every week. I say that, but I see clips and people talking about season 2. I haven't seen a spoiler yet, thankfully, but
yeah,
they're saying it's goated, bro.
Dude, it's so good. It's whenever it's all said and done, this will be one of the best shows of all time, up there with Breaking Bad and stuff like that.
Dang, is it supposed to have a long run season wise?
I don't know. I think we'll have to see where season 2 ends. But the guy who wrote it, they came out with a podcast. I know he had season 1 done back in 2017. So
wow.
Yeah, it's been in thoughts for a while before they actually brought it to life. So
that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch it. Dude. Yeah, I've seen it everywhere. So at my 2 spot, I'm going Superman. We've been excited for this movie for a long time. We've been excited for James Gunn into the DCU for a long time, regardless of what movie was going to be first. So the fact that it's Superman and that they're tying in all the other Superman movies and kind of that's why it was called Legacy to begin with.
Yeah,
it's still going to hold that legacy, and I think it's just coming. Eric Voss said this. It's just coming at a perfect time. We could use some hope in the world.
Yeah,
and Superman is the beacon of hope, and possibly the biggest, or definitely one of the biggest people in fiction and culture impact. So it'll be the perfect movie, I think.
Yeah,
for that time,
and especially in the summer, it has the summer blockbuster feel, and as long as they deliver on it, I don't know. It's hard it's gonna be hard for them not to, I think. Yeah. But for number 1, you probably could have seen this coming from 10 miles away, dude. I gotta go Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, and that's my number 1.
Yeah. Truthfully, man, I don't think I've ever been more excited for a show to come out.
I don't think I have, honestly. That's a good point.
Dude, Daredevil season 1 through 3, and then obviously Punisher season 1 and 2, I was entranced, dude. I was caught in the universe.
Yeah.
I just feel like this happens too much, man, where we'll find a show after it's already been canceled, and it leaves on kind of this cliffhanger, and you're like, dude, it didn't really leave on a cliffhanger. It had a tight storyline, but I'm also bro, I want to see more. So
yeah. So it's kind of the other thing that I'm probably most excited for ever is Clone Wars season 7.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, we didn't know there was a season 6.
Dude, yes.
So it's kind of a similar thing. We watched season 6 years later.
But we used to watch it live. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every week.
So the last episode of Clone Wars we remember whenever we watched it on Cartoon Network was Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Temple. We thought that's where it ended.
Yeah. We didn't know season 6. So went to Netflix.
Yeah. No, I discovered it on Netflix one day or something like that. We were like, what? Dude, but it changed the dynamic. I feel like this show's gonna. I really do. I know we said Fantastic Four is gonna change it for Marvel, but I feel like for Marvel Television, this will be the start. Not the change. I think it'll be the start.
Yeah, because previously it was all kind of movies packed into a show, and I think it only really worked for Loki.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to get to ground level, street level, just good storytelling, action, hand-to-hand combat. Not much superpowers even involved in this show. And quite frankly, brother, it's one for me. And yeah.
There's a pretty large gap.
Yeah, it might be one all time.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, I've got to adjust some things though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have made a list like you did beforehand. But I think I'm gonna take because I just realized I didn't even put The Last of Us on there. So I'm just gonna move everything down for me. I think this is my list now. I think that's solid. Although you kind of got a point, man. You know what? I'm gonna take Thunderbolts off, and I'm gonna throw How to Train Your Dragon on there because, dude, How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Dude, so good, so good. There's a nice blend here.
We previously had matched twice, but now that you put Last of Us on there, we only match at the top.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I think I don't know, dude. I feel like this list is pretty solid.
I want to give a couple honorable mentions. Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
That's one of my the animated ones, favorite movies, especially animated. Jurassic World, I've been in a dinosaur kick recently.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for that. And then Mission Impossible, I think, is going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, I'll throw my honorable mentions to that as well. Let us know what you guys think. What's your top 10 most anticipated of this year? And thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.